Well, hello there. I hope you're doing okay today. I'm Marty Whitney with ARTitude Adjustment, and I'd like to say hello to everybody. I'm 2 minutes late because we are at my granddaughters and my daughter and son-in-law, and my husband and I are going to be staying here for a couple of days. And let me fix this so I can see your comments.
Well, hello there.
Whoa, you don't
okay
want to
today?
talk to me.
I'm Marty Whitney with ARTitude.
Things are just a little bit thrown together whenever you're away from your base. So today I got a very interesting email from someone, hey Leica, who had seen one of my old videos. You know, the kind where you're throwing the camera around, it's falling on the floor, it's pointed to the ceiling, it's doing everything except what you were trying to accomplish. And she said, "This is very distracting." Well, I'm sorry. Hey, Leica, I'm sorry it's distracting. I was about going crazy when that was going on. But I'd like to welcome you to the show. And we're finishing a project today. I've already sprayed it. In fact, I mentioned that I was going to spray the project with this Krylon matte finish to give a little bit of a matte finish and protective coating to the gnome painting. I did it, okay, and you can see a little bit of it here, but this is the finished gnome painting. I put a little bird in the tree after I painted the tree. And I also, let's see, what else did I do? Oh, I put a little star on the ground. But I just took a little black permanent Sharpie marker and put some touch-ups on the gnomes. They turned out pretty cute, and it will make a real cute Christmas bag. Now I hope whenever you come on, you'll just say hello and where you're from. I love seeing where everybody's from, and I know where Leica's from. She's from around Raleigh, isn't that right? So let's see. I want to make sure that you have seen the finished little tree and the project, because we're going to move on to something else. And tomorrow is, oh, happy Halloween, by the way. I know you're probably sitting around in your costumes and eating a big bag of candy that you're supposed to be giving out to the children tonight, but it's okay. It's all okay. Yeah, I knew you were. Okay. Well, tomorrow is the day that we introduce the new project for next week, and I'm probably going to show you. I'm going to show you how to. Paint some very inexpensive luncheon napkins, and use them. Let me see. I'm going to put this over here. Oh, I think I'll just put me up in the corner again. Thank you for being so patient. Now you can see me and the project. These are just small. This is a test one. I decided I would not use a napkin that had some runs in it. Well, it had some loose threads around the binding of the napkin. They're inexpensive, but I think that what I decided to do was a dragonfly instead of a Christmas subject. So let me get some things over here. I just came in the door from going with my daughter, who was showing me how to pick up my granddaughter. And so everybody won't be honking at me and asking them to leave and everything. This is a color I'm going to be using on this. It's a island blue. And that isn't the best dragonfly I've ever drawn, but it gives you an idea of what we're going to do here. So what I've also done is I just took a black Sharpie, small little very fine point pen, and drew the dragonfly figure. This is also what it looks like. It's just a dragonfly, and if you'd like a template of that, just DM me and I will be happy to send it to you. Yeah, they do. The colors did turn out very well. Thank you for saying that. Okay, I'm going to just get my palette ready. I must have used a lot of this in the past. I don't remember it, or someone did. Because what I'm doing is I'm going to paint a background of the turquoise, and then I'm going to go on top of it with a white. And I haven't really decided how to best do that. I'm just taking, like I did with the gnomes the other day, I'm taking a detail brush to finish those with. And if you can see, it's not anything fancy because I'm not a fancy thing. Let me find out I've got I think this was the brush I was using a while ago. The reason that I needed a brush, a detail brush, is that it's not a real big figure. It kind of, let me start painting it so you'll see what I'm talking about. I kind of dilute it with water, and then let me see, we'll start out by painting here. And I thought, why haven't I ever done this before? I was going to put, you know, like holly leaves, or with the berries and the leaves, and but why do that? Why don't I just draw something? I could wrap these up in a little gift box, and also use those as a gift with some I'm not sure what I would put with it. What would you put with it? So I'm just kind of keeping my brush a little wet and following the lines around. And I'm going to use I'll just go up here and finish this. It doesn't have to be perfect. Remember I told you the other day, it doesn't have to be perfect. So anyway, I just couldn't believe somebody was saying something when it was obvious that I didn't know what I was doing in my first broadcast. It was in November of 2018, and I said, what a difference a day makes. Give me grace. Lots happens whenever you are scared to death when you first start publishing blogs, publishing or doing videos. You have to go through being scared to feeling comfortable with the people that you're talking to. Wish I could hear you. You can input anything that you'd like. Nice to see you, Leica. And I'm just going to go along the lines that I've painted, and my what I'd like to do is to get to the point where it looks a little lacy, and it doesn't. Right now it's more of a watercolor look. What I'll do to finish these off is just heat press them to set the colors, and that should I probably wouldn't wash these in the washing machine for that reason. Let me get some color out of here. That is old, old, old. Over in our activity room, a lot of times people will give me paints. They'll bring in a box of paints and they'll say, I don't need these anymore. And well, I understand, because they're all so hard I can't get into them. But it doesn't matter. A lot of them aren't, and I'm appreciative for what they do give us. It just means I don't have to buy those supplies more frequent. So it's going on here pretty good, and that's why I'm using the detail brush. I'm going to go, what was that? Oh, it was kind of, now, when I saw the dragonfly, I said, of course, a dragonfly, that'll work out, because it's kind of like any time of the year, an any time of the year thing. It doesn't have to be Christmas when I see a dragonfly. It doesn't have to be summer. Mostly is summer when you see it. So in just a couple of hours, I bet your doorbells will be ringing. And we come to our daughter's house every Halloween since the kids have been infants. And we will spend the night, and they'll have a cookout after everybody gathers over here after they've trick-or-treated, and they'll come over and have something to eat, along with candy, I'm sure. So it's just a good time, and we enjoy it because we get to see them dressed up. And a lot of times while we're traveling, we don't get to see that. You know, we don't get to see them very often. Let me see. So I have an idea of what I'm going to do tomorrow, but I haven't really made up my mind yet as far as next week's project. Okay, but we're going to be painting. Okay, now I'm just going to work with the white a little bit. These two ran together. I think they'll be okay though. We're just gonna, okay. I don't know, you know, I heard from all kind of people today that it's snowing in their area, that it's snowing to beat the band. Fluffy stuff in Wisconsin, a lot of stuff in, yeah, real fluffy stuff in Wisconsin. Then I hear, well, where we are, it's in the 90s, and it's so hot. I would love to do this outside by the pool, where it just looked like I was on vacation, but it's too hot. You would see my face melting. Let me sit over here so you can see that I really am here. Okay, now this is a solid color, and so what I'm going to do is keep working with him until, yeah, this is a boy dragonfly. I want to keep working with him. My nose itches. Until I get him to look like I'm looking for. Little lacy. We have a class, well, I've done it in a couple of places now, but it's a class where we paint on a cotton shirt. For ladies, it really is nicer if middle-aged ladies, whatever, if you use a 3/4 length shirt with a V-neck, and it just makes it make you look better. It's a good style for you, but it's a little hot to do that right now. The 3/4 length sleeves would be hot for us. Not when I was in Atlanta, though. It would be perfect for that. Let me get some water. Uh-oh. Tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to make sure I haven't, see, it's coming through on this side, and I'll take my little test dragonfly and put it there. I always do that whenever I'm painting with fabric, because it will go through it sometimes and leave a stain. Okay, that's okay. Our dragonflies are getting better, y'all. Okay. Now, like I said, if you're interested, well, look at there. Look who's with us today. 82 in Raleigh. What is it like in Atlanta? There's someone here from Atlanta, Leica. In fact, it's my other daughter. Okay, now, okay, so this is this is with me not doing anything else to it. Like, I would like to probably put some more turquoise in there and just kind of blend it in with the white. And this, if you're just coming in, this is a luncheon napkin, so you could use this napkin all year long. It's not a real expensive napkin, but what makes it precious is that you've taken the time to do a handmade figure. Oh, you're driving to Jekyll right now. Well, I bet it's hot in Jekyll. I thought this might be the weekend you do that. So you're going to be staying there for the weekend. Okay. All right. And I'm just going to let this dry a little bit and go back. Oh, good. Well, I'm glad you're here. It's nice for somebody to come on and be looking at my painting while they're driving down the road. Well, she isn't driving, I can tell you that much. So, was it cold this morning in Atlanta? Okay, I'm going to take this one. See, it did come through a little bit. It's not bad. But when this dries, I'm going to, just heat press it with a hot iron. Well, this is polyester. It probably would be better if it were linen or something like that, but why put all that into this? I'm gonna do the same thing over here that I did to the other one. When I finish this, I think I'll have 6 napkins. Oh, always raining in Atlanta. Okay, so our granddaughter Chloe came home from school today. She had made her entire outfit, and you were supposed to dress like a vocabulary word. So, in other words, her word was it invasion? Right. Thank you. And so she dressed like she designed her UFO package. her UFO costume. It was adorable. It on down to a little squiggly green styrofoam ball glued onto a styrofoam ball was glued on to a headband. She won first prize. Now, what was kind of interesting this morning when she left, she's not in here right now. What was kind of interesting when she came out this morning to get into, she was in a carpool this morning. They couldn't fit her stellar body into the carpool, so they had to stop and get the trunk open, and it was a production, but it was real cute, and she won first prize anyway, so it was worth all the trouble. She was over here working yesterday as I was painting. Chloe is a really sweet girl. Of course, she's my grandchild, but she has her own YouTube page and makes videos occasionally. So it's kind of interesting to see how she's going to use that in her creativeness and her imagination. Okay, let's just see. This isn't a very hard design. Like if you just got here, you can message me if you are interested in getting a template. And see, you could do some other things to this. It doesn't have to be this color at all. I think a purple and blue would look good. If I had a purple with me, I'd probably put some purple on here. But I wanted you to be able to see, especially a couple of these being painted. Again, let's give me grace, patience. And for me, the detail brush works well. For you, it might make you impatient with the progress of the project. It's perfect for me. I can kind of see where I'm going with the detail. Now, okay. If you remember, hey, you missed. In just a minute, I've got to show you again what our finished project was. This is the second project this week. The first one is adorable, and it's some gnomes that are wandering down the road, and they stop at this Christmas tree, right? And they are fine for the weather, but they're by a tree, and the tree has a cardinal in it and a couple of lights. So okay, now we'll start doing this. In fact, I find that my second coat goes on a little bit a little better, because there's already a coat of paint on here, so it goes through there. Hi Jane, how are you, girl? Jane, is it snowing in Ohio? I mean Indiana, I'm sorry, Indiana. Jane is in Muncie, Indiana. Or is it cold? I mean, I know it's snowing north of you. Okay, so if you just come in, I'm working on with a detail brush on some luncheon napkins, and we're painting a dragonfly if you couldn't recognize it. And these will be a gift for someone. Not fancy. It's not fancy at all, but a lot of people collect dragonflies, if you didn't know that. I mean, I run into them. Okay. We are in Green Cove Springs, Florida, which is a little bit south of Jacksonville, Florida. And this is where one daughter lives, Wendy and Cold. And the other one is in Atlanta, and they're on their way to Jekyll Island. But another gift for the daughter. I mean, I could be giving her gifts all day long. Okay, now I'm just hearing a car drive up, so there may be a herd of buffalo coming through any time. Maybe not. Okay, now Lauren, I wanted to show you the first gift. Now here we finished the second one, and I'm not saying this is the final coat I'll put on this, but I've started it, and I will. Let's put this over here. I'll put some more detail in it as we progress through this. And Lauren, Jane, you didn't see the finished gnomes either. Here they are. Let me fold this over. This is just a bag that I bought at Walmart, half price. And see, it has a little tree. Oh gosh. And these guys are just stopped in the road admiring this Christmas tree that has a little red bird at the top. So what do you think about that? Well, I think we've painted enough today, and I'm going to let you go. I just wanted to let you know that I appreciate all of you being here. This is it's kind of hard to bring your supplies on the road, but I do it because I teach classes while we're on the road. Anyway, I will see you tomorrow at, if there's any change, I'll let you know, because I do pick up my granddaughter tomorrow at 2:30, and getting back here is sweet, fast. So y'all just have a great evening. It's a great day to have a great day. Thank you all for being here. Bye-bye now.